Before life existed, Earth was a lifeless world. No trees, no oceans full of fish, no humans, just fire, rocks, and toxic gases. Volcanoes erupted constantly, and the sky was filled with thick clouds of ash. The planet was violent and unstable, but hidden within this chaos, something extraordinary was about to begin. The story of life was. As Earth slowly cooled, something incredible happened. Rain began to fall, not for days, not for years, but for millions of years. The surface filled with water, creating the first oceans. These oceans were not calm or peaceful. They were filled with chemicals, energy, and constant movement. It was here, deep within these ancient waters, that life began to take its first steps. In these ancient oceans, something almost impossible happened. Simple molecules began to combine, forming more complex structures. Energy from lightning and underwater vents triggered chemical reactions. Slowly, these reactions created the first building blocks of life, and then the first living cell was born. Tiny, invisible, but powerful enough to change the entire planet forever. That first cell did not stay alone for long. It began to grow, divide, and multiply. Over millions of years, life started to evolve. Simple organisms became more complex. Some learned to use sunlight as energy. Others adapted to extreme environments. Slowly, life spread across the oceans. The planet that was once dead was now becoming alive. One of the biggest turning points in Earth's history was the rise of oxygen. Tiny organisms began releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. At first, this was toxic to many life forms, but over time, it changed everything. The sky transformed, the air became breathable, and new, more complex life forms began to emerge. This was the beginning of a new world, a world preparing for something much bigger. For millions of years, life remained hidden beneath the oceans, but evolution never stops. Some creatures began to explore the unknown, the land. At first, it was dangerous. The air was harsh and survival was uncertain, but slowly, plants and simple organisms adapted to live outside water. This was the first step toward a completely new world. A world beyond the oceans, Urdi. As life conquered land, evolution accelerated. Massive creatures began to dominate the planet. Dinosaurs ruled the earth for millions of years. From giant predators to enormous plant eaters, they shaped the balance of life. Forests grew dense, ecosystems expanded, and the planet was full of powerful life forms. It seemed like nothing could ever replace them. But then, everything changed. A massive asteroid struck the Earth. The impact was catastrophic. Firestorms, earthquakes, and darkness covered the planet. The age of dinosaurs came to a sudden end. Most life forms disappeared. The Earth once again faced destruction. But from this disaster, a new opportunity was born. After the extinction of dinosaurs, smaller creatures began to rise. Mammals, once hidden in the shadows, started to evolve rapidly. They adapted, survived, and spread across the planet. These creatures were smarter, more flexible, and capable of learning. Slowly, the foundation of future intelligent life was being built. And then, something extraordinary happened. Among all living creatures, one species began to stand out. Early humans appeared. They walked on two legs, used tools, and started to think in ways no other species could. Their brains grew larger, their communication improved, and their curiosity drove them forward. This was the beginning of humanity, the beginning of us. As early humans evolved, their greatest strength was not physical power, but intelligence. They learned to communicate, to think, and to imagine. Language was born, allowing ideas to be shared across generations. Humans began to understand their environment, creating tools, strategies, and early forms of culture. This was the moment when survival turned into progress. Humans no longer wandered endlessly. They began to settle. Villages turned into cities and cities into civilizations. Agriculture allowed food to grow in abundance. Structures were built, societies were formed, and rules were created. Humanity had entered a new era, the era of civilization. As civilizations grew, so did knowledge. Humans began to study the stars, understand nature, and create systems of learning. Writing was invented, preserving ideas forever. Science, philosophy, and exploration pushed humanity forward. The desire to understand the universe became stronger than ever. Over thousands of years, humanity transformed the planet. Technology advanced, cities expanded, and innovation reshaped life. From simple tools to complex machines, humans became the dominant force on Earth. But with this power came responsibility and uncertainty about the future. From a lifeless planet to intelligent beings, the journey of life is nothing short of extraordinary. But one question still remains. Why are we here? Are we just the result of chance or part of something greater? As we look toward the future, one thing is certain. The story of life is far from over. Scene 16. As humans continued to evolve, their curiosity pushed them beyond survival. They began to explore the world around them. Oceans were crossed, mountains were climbed, and new lands were discovered. Exploration became a part of human nature. The desire to know what lies beyond drove humanity forward. With exploration came innovation. Humans started building powerful tools and machines. From simple inventions to complex technologies, progress accelerated. The industrial age transformed societies, creating opportunities, but also new challenges. Humanity was no longer just living on Earth, it was reshaping it. As technology advanced, so did communication. Humans connected across vast distances. Ideas spread faster than ever before. The world became smaller, more connected, and more dependent on knowledge. A new era had begun, the era of information, but progress always comes with a price. As humans grew more powerful, they began to impact the planet itself. Forests disappeared, oceans changed, and the balance of nature was disturbed. For the first time, humanity faced a new challenge, not survival against nature, but survival with it. Today, we stand at the edge of a new future. Technology continues to evolve, and humanity faces choices that will shape the destiny of life on Earth. Will we protect our world or continue to change it beyond repair? The future is uncertain, but the power to decide is still in our hands. From the first spark of life in the oceans to the rise of intelligent beings, the journey of life has been extraordinary. And yet, this is only the beginning. The next chapter of this story has not been written. It will be created by us, by every choice we make. The story of life continues.